Hi, my name is Philip with Keymate, and I wanted to share with you another way in which you can collaborate with others using Keymate. So with Keymate, we now have the ability for you to share and work with the same collection, which is a aggregate set of information, documents and sources that you've added into a folder that you can chat with, that you can edit, you can ask questions to. So one of the main use cases that Keymate often is used is where individual consultants or contractors who are working with multiple clients will create folders for each of their clients with the unique resources that are necessary for that client. And then they use that to do collaborative work, whether they're sharing that with a teammate or they're even sharing that with the external client for them to add in that additional information. So I'm going to show you a quick example. But before I do that, I'm just going to show you quickly how you can share collections. I have this shared collection here that's already been set up called Keymate Collaborative. And you can see the people who are using the collection up here. And if you click share this collection, you can see who's using it. You can choose to set them as editors or viewers. You can also remove access. And then you can also copy the share link and send it to them. Each person who receives a share link will be able to join as a viewer first, and then you can update them to be an editor once they've been added. And so that is how you share collections. Now, let me talk to a little bit about the client side of things. So I have this client folder called BCM Comms, and it's got things like a scope of work, a weekly progress snapshot, client communication guidelines, and deliverable timeline and past campaign results. So as you're working with this specific folder, there are some documents in here that are going to remain the same, right? These are the things like the client communication guidelines or the proposal scope of work that everyone has agreed on at the beginning of the project. But the weekly progress snapshot, or the past campaign results, will be regularly updated. So you can remove the old file, add the new one, and then work with that. So every week, that clientele or someone else that you're working with on that project can go to this folder, get the up-to-date information, what the most recent campaign results were, or what are some of the updated deliverables and timeline. And all they need to do is ask questions based off of these folders. So, for example, if they were wondering, wanted to double check what's included in the scope of work, you can ask that question. And what it will do is it will search through all of these documents that are isolated into this one folder. It will find the one that's most relevant to that question, give you a score on the right side so you can see where those references are coming from, and then give an answer based off of that question. So this is really great if you wanted to just get everyone aligned on that specific question. Somebody's maybe a new team member is being onboarded to know how to approach it, or maybe there's a question about that scope of work and they want a clarification. But also it's really good for asking questions on what the past campaign results were. So what were the results from our past campaign? And so this is something that is happening on a regular basis and is regularly being updated for that client to check in on. So that's why it's valuable to both be using it with team members, but also to have a client who maybe wants to join in. This is really great. We have people who are adding in their transcripts into this from meetings to get updated meeting notes. We also have clients using, our customers using it with clients, to have them ask questions on most recent results or, hey, what was the status of this specific, project that you're working on? So the applications are endless, but this is a really great way to create a shared environment for you to work with where you can all be chatting with the same contextual documents. And so, yeah, I really hope that you enjoy using this new collaborative tool with your collections in Keymate. Feel free to comment on different ways that you're using it, and I hope to see you again soon.